Hello there, I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and in today's video, I want to talk about the long-term chart TA for Bitcoin and crypto. So getting right into it, we've previously outlined these trend lines here, this support and this resistance line here, and we can see that Bitcoin is still in a long-term downtrend. Now, one thing I've said before is that it was very close to getting in contact with this upper resistance line here, and if we zoom in here, we can actually see what happened here. So it went through this trend line here, but the problem is that it kind of tried to break out, and then it failed, and then after that it immediately returned to a price that was lower than the breakout price here. So what that's telling me is that there is still significant overhead resistance right here, and I'm not willing to call this trend line broken. I'm not willing to call the downtrend in this weekly pattern broken, considering the fact that it's encountered significant overhead resistance. And if that's the case and it's unable to break out from here, then Bitcoin will resume the downtrend in this long-term downtrend here. So what that'll look like is probably another move to the downside and another red candle being printed down here in the next week or so, unless we have a different catalyst that moves it higher, which I'm not entirely certain what that would be, but it's always a possibility that whales come in and they buy and they push the price up a little bit. But I think the most likely outcome is that we will continue to stay within this long-term downtrend as we go and retest support here that we made previously under 16,000. That's the way it's looking at right now. There is nothing currently that would make me feel that the trend has been broken otherwise. Now, one thing I want to talk about again is the exchange reserve. So we're over here in Crypto Quant, and we're looking at the exchange reserve, and that's the number of Bitcoins on the exchange. And right now, it's actually continued to plummet lower and lower and lower, and we can see here that it's at a level that it's never seen before, frankly. And even if we go out here, we take a look all the way to 2019, this level is the lowest that has been established here on the charts. So what that means is that people are taking their Bitcoin off of the exchanges and they're self-custodying them. And this pattern continues largely because of the FTX collapse and the FTX fallout. We also want to take a look at the addresses with greater than one Bitcoin balance. This is at 972,820. So right now we have almost a million addresses that have at least one Bitcoin, which I think is fairly encouraging. And that shows that long term, there is still some demand for at least trying to get that one full Bitcoin. And this huge capitulation of the price has been a fantastic opportunity for anybody who wants to get that one Bitcoin at a reduced cost. We're also going to go ahead and take a look at the realized price. And I haven't looked at the realized price in some time now because we've been under the realized price for the past couple of months, but I think it's worth talking about. So I'm over here at this Buy Bitcoin Worldwide site, the Bitcoin realized price. And you can think of the Bitcoin realized price as kind of the cost basis for the market, like an average cost basis for the market. And the realized price right now is 21,000. That's your realized price, whereas the actual price is 16,800 or 780. So it's a significant discount right now to the realized price. And oftentimes they'll use the realized price as kind of one of the key metrics determining whether or not Bitcoin is overvalued or undervalued. And then another one I use is the net unrealized profit loss, or the NUPO levels. And the NUPO levels right now are showing me that it is at negative 19%, which means there is a cumulative or a total loss in the Bitcoin market of 19%. So everyone cumulatively is down 19% on their Bitcoin. So this is still up from where it was earlier when we had that November plunge all the way down to 31%. So what that tells me is that people have been buying this dip, and now they are less in this unrealized profit loss. They have averaged down, and so they are no longer as badly in loss. Okay. So let's also go ahead and take a look at Ethereum's weekly downtrend as well. Ethereum, again, in a very, very similar situation to Bitcoin. And it tried to break out above this level and it failed. Again, zoom in here at the daily, and we can see that it is even worse than Bitcoin. But this is kind of an idea of what I expect Bitcoin to wind up doing, is that it tries to break out, and then it comes down here, it prints a big red candle all the way to the downside, and then from there, it's still under this trend line. And I kind of expect that Bitcoin is going to be doing the same thing. Now, what we have here is the current support at about 1158, and then we'll have additional support down here to 1100. So I think, especially with Ethereum, it's going to be coming under this level, and we're probably going to see a retest of that 1100 level, and that is the most likely outcome, I think. So far, we have not seen a strong breakout for Bitcoin or Ethereum on this weekly downtrend, and this is something I've been watching and been paying attention to. And if I notice that we have a stronger breakout, I definitely will let you guys know, especially on Twitter. So if you're interested in the information, follow me on Twitter for the latest updates on that. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Binance Coin as well. And Binance Coin is in a worse shape than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, Binance Coin has kind of gotten bought up a little bit. You see we have this long wick to the downside. So buyers stepped in here at about this level of 222 and pulled the price all the way back up here to about 250. Now the catalyst for this huge downtrend here is that you had multiple people withdrawing their funds off of the Binance exchange, and that's kind of caused a little bit of concern about the liquidity of Binance. I personally don't think that there's any sort of liquidity issues, but I could always be wrong. But it's always good to self-custody your own crypto assets. And then it's come down here, and it's tried to break down, but it got stopped out here, and it has a new support level of this 219 level here. So just like with everybody else, I think that Binance Coin is probably going to come back down again in the near term, and it's going to probably retest this support level that we see here at about 200 or so. That seems to be pretty strong support for Binance Coin, but given the fact that it's had such a hard time trying to break out of this weekly downtrend, I think it's very likely that it's going to come back down here to the 200 level in the near term within the next week or two. I think that's definitely the most likely outcome. All right. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button and also smash that like button. Definitely would appreciate your thoughts and opinions on the matter. And right now, I'm still being very patient with my funds. I have not bought any Bitcoin or Ethereum or any Binance Coin or anything yet. I'm still waiting for this to all play out because I think that we're probably heading lower. The support level here, we're going to revisit most likely the 15,800 level for Bitcoin. And near that level, I would definitely be more interested. All right, so have a fantastic day, and I hope to catch you in the next video.